This episode of WisBusiness.com, the show, is brought to you by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, Madison Gas and Electric, and the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee.
Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. On today's show, Tom Still, in his commentary, details what has happened to past finalists in the Governor's Business Plan Contest. And Neil Peters-michaud, co-founder of Cascade Asset Management, talks about the growing field of recycling computer equipment and other electronics. And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for early February 2012. Rising, Stoughton Trailers and Palmer Johnson. Stoughton Trailers says it plans to hire about 125 production workers in coming months, with the jobs spread among its plants in Brodhead, Evansville, and Stoughton. Meanwhile, a Wisconsin shipbuilder announced major sales that will secure another 100-plus jobs in Sturgeon Bay. Palmer Johnson has sold 2 mega yachts in the last 60 days. And falling, City of Madison business relations. Mayor Paul Soglin is crying foul over Spectrum Brands' impending move to nearby Middleton, saying Madison was never allowed to submit its own proposal to keep the company in city limits. Also, the City Landmarks Commission could offer no better than a split decision on a developer's plan to renovate a portion of State Street. The commission rejected plans to demolish 2 buildings but accepted plans to renovate another. That's the WisBusiness.com stock report. Go to WisBusiness.com for more on these and other stories.
What has made Grant Thornton one of the largest accounting organizations in the world, with resources in more than 100 countries worldwide? Is it their global capabilities, or is it their passion for how they serve their clients? Grant Thornton.
And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
Over the first 8 years of the Wisconsin Governor's Business Plan Contest, more than 2,000 people entered, and 136 of them emerged as contest finalists. The story of what has happened to those finalists is instructive, especially as the 9th annual contest officially gets underway. The Wisconsin Technology Council surveyed past finalists in the contest and also checked public records on those tech-based companies. The results? More than 100 of the 136, or nearly 77%, are still in business today. That's a remarkable survival rate for small businesses in any sector. Those finalists have collectively raised $52 million in financing for their companies since 2004, the contest's first year. At a time when many companies are struggling to raise angel or venture capital, that's an encouraging trend. In fact, 58% of the finalists reported raising some kind of capital for their companies, well above the U.S. average for startups. Those same companies have steadily added jobs over time and report plans to add more than 200 in the year ahead. Well, not every startup company writes a business plan, and those that do often change course after the plan is written, but that's okay. What matters most is that entrepreneurs often get a head start by carefully considering their markets, their competition, and their value to consumers before launching their companies. For those who have reached the final round, the Wisconsin Governor's Business Plan Contest has proven to be a winner. Good luck to the 200 or so entrants in the 2012 contest as they begin their own journey to success.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Neil Peters-michaud, co-founder and chief executive officer of Cascade Asset Management.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with Neil Peters-michaud of Cascade Asset Management. Thanks for joining us, Neil.
Thanks for having me today.
Cascade Asset Management sounds like it might be a financial services firm, but it's really nothing of the kind. Tell us what you do.
Cascade is an IT asset disposition firm, so we deal with physical assets as opposed to financial assets. And what we like to say is we help companies and large enterprises cascade their IT equipment to its next best use. So after everyone buys their computers, they have to figure out what to do with the old equipment. So we come in and we can help deinstall workstations, data centers, remove them and bring them to one of our 2 processing centers here in Madison or also Indianapolis. And then we try and remarket the equipment either through refurbishing and reselling the equipment to local communities or around the world, or demanufacturing the obsolete and damaged equipment into recyclable materials. We do this all at the same time dealing with data security issues. So there actually is an asset management industry which is focused on making sure that businesses can deal with disposing of their assets in a secure manner that's environmentally safe, and that it can also generate some value for this equipment. So we might be able to pay money back to companies for their equipment that's still usable.
You and your wife Jessica were graduates of UW-Madison Entrepreneurship Program before you co-founded Cascade Asset Management. How did that education help you get started?
That's where I learned entrepreneurship and learned how to manage a business. So I was in the program about 13 years ago and was able to take the opportunity to apply different skills in the business school, from marketing, finance, accounting, and also operations management, to actually develop and write a business plan with my wife. We were able to do research from other competitors, do market surveys, feasibility studies, and really we're able to take all the information from the business school to be able to put together a comprehensive business plan. And another great benefit too is the university was actually an original investor in Cascade. So there's an investment fund through the Weiner Enterprise Center, and it was able to buy a 10% stake in our company to help us get launched.
And part of your work in recent years has involved helping establish similar businesses abroad where electronics dumping can be a major problem. Give us an example of your work in Africa.
Thank you. There's a lot of issues going on with dumping electronics in developing countries because they have low-wage labor and very limited disposal regulation about how to deal with all the toxic substances in electronics. So we're working in a program with the US EPA and an international program through United Nations Environmental Program to help fund a sustainable business enterprise that would process old electronics that are manufactured or consumed in Africa, and specifically in Ethiopia, and find ways to responsibly demanufacture the equipment and then market all the commodities to actually generate new raw materials that they can use in the manufacture of new products. In this project in Ethiopia, it's really exciting because they're generating steel scrap, which is then sold about a mile down the road to a steel smelter, which is then construction rebar, which is used in manufacturing and housing developments right in the neighborhood. So they're actually able to recycle and manufacture product out of scrap electronics within their own communities.
Thanks, Neil, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by Grant Thornton, White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW-Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent Foot Executive Search. See you next time.